Hey everybody, what is up? This is Devin LaVore and
Michelle LaVore
coming at you. And we just want to say welcome to the channel. Those who are new, those who have been with us for a while, we're always happy when you stop by, get a few treats. And we just pray that God would bless you through what we would share. And it's kind of like what we do. And welcome. Come on in, grab a chair. And also, our channel at this point is a support-based channel, and we have a PayPal link below. That's the only way we have to be supported right now. There's been some questions as to, Cash App and all that stuff, and it's just like, that's just not, this is the only way we get supported right now. It's through PayPal. That's the way the Lord's like, just do that, and that's it. And so we just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been supporting us, and some of the newer supporters, some of the faithful supporters, and some who come and go. We just say praise the Lord for all of it, right? Just praise the Lord, because it's the hand of God. To God be the glory. I know that's an old grandma way of saying things, but seriously, just praise the Lord. So guys, if you want to support us, there's a PayPal link below, and we would greatly appreciate it. And so that's it. Announcements are over. Okay, now let me just jump into this, please, because I have been boiling. This is crazy. Okay, yesterday we got an email from our friend in London. I mean, that she's been going through her own story of things that she's been going through. But she sent me an email saying, "Hey, I just watched you guys' video that you just did. Check this out." And I watched the video, and it was basically as this girl, never seen her before in my life, never heard of her. And I watched it, and she was literally saying almost like, using the same words and same images and everything of the word we gave yesterday in our video. Now, about that hour has come, that hour when God just lines us up and starts handing us out the things that we promised based on Matthew chapter 20. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it. But it was mind-boggling. I'm just like, wow, her video is only 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Praise the Lord. But it was a really good word, and it was literally, what was so funny is that she was filming that word at the same time, right around the same time we were, within a couple hours, give or take. And I was like, wow, and it was released. Yet both of them were released yesterday, and it was the same thing. Because the cool thing is, when she first started talking about her word, she talked about staying in line, and it was like, don't get out your seat and leave. I was like, oh my gosh, I totally said that in the video yesterday. And not only that, that was the basis for the word I gave yesterday. As I just saw, like, the Lord was in the vineyard, and then he came back, and it was like, okay, everybody line up. There was a line, and he was just going to be giving each person individually what he had agreed upon. And it was just crazy. Even with the thumbnail, I was looking for, why can't I find a picture with a line of people? I want to get a picture of the vision. I couldn't find it, so I forget what I put up there. But I just thought that was super cool, because, well, what about the 2s and the 3s?
Yeah,
because you were talking about the 2s and the 3s. You could just share that.
Yeah, so actually it was really cool this morning.
Or I can steal it from you.
Well, you'll probably interrupt and take the ball, so it's all right.
Like I just did?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, we've been just seeing that the Lord has really been speaking to us in, like, 2s or 3s of something. Like yesterday with the, our video, and then this other
I'll put her name up there.
Yeah, other girl's video. It's like, whoa, like, God is definitely, like, saying, like, this is a for sure definite thing that's going to happen. And yesterday we received, a lot of times we'll see prophetic numbers, and even yesterday we were seeing them doubled, or tripled. And it was just like, wow, this is amazing. And we've been reading a lot with, we were reading Genesis 41 the other night, and it had to do with, Pharaoh interpreting Pharaoh's...
No, Joseph
interpreting Pharaoh's dream.
Pharaoh was interpreting Joseph's dream.
No, other way around.
And then he got demoted.
And but it was a dream that happened twice. And it was, basically the same thing, but in two different forms.
Mm-hmm.
And Joseph told Pharaoh,
like the
he's
cows
like,
and the wheat.
yes,
Yeah,
the cows
yeah.
and the wheat. And Joseph is saying like, hey, this is a for sure thing because the Lord has given it to you in two different ways. And
Jesus.
And again, like yesterday morning during our God time, we were talking about the Lord brought up a word that he had given us from August 18th. And it was literally the same thing. It was talking about Genesis 9:17 and Genesis 41, which we had literally read the night before, and then he was talking about Genesis 9:17 in the morning. And it was like, wow, this is the exact thing that the Lord was showing us on the 18th.
It's funny because this is the deal. See, because in my mind, I always reference it now as the August 18th word. It's about, I'm going to give you the thing in your hand. That it was something. It was very much like that. I'll give you the promise in your hand. I'll put the ring in your hand, and elevation, and all that stuff. Right? That's the picture that I think of. But it started out with the number 917. And so funny thing is, because I kept seeing, I woke up one morning at, I didn't wake up at 9:17, but I got up and doing all the stuff I needed to do in the morning, and I sat down at the computer just to chill out, and I looked up, it was 9:17. I was like, oh, there you are again. Hello. How are you? Waiting on you. No, I'm just kidding. And then the next morning, I literally woke up at 9:17.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, I need to get that word from August 18th. And then, pair this. Because I feel like it's the same thing, because it's about, and so long story short, I get the word out, and it basically, at the top, it says 9:17, Genesis 9:17. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The August 8:18 word is about Genesis 9:17, which is about the rainbow. And when God gives a prophetic word, he also gives a sign or a proof to prove that the prophetic word is sure, and it's from him. And I don't know if you guys watched the video, but to recap it, or just a part of it, or what I want to say here is I really struggled. I was like, man, I don't know, man, Lord, I don't want to be telling people, oh, it's time for you. The Lord is saying it's time. It's like, I've been hurt in that area. Here comes the word that God gave us a month ago saying, don't be afraid to step into those areas you've been hurt by before. I mean, it's amazing how the training of God that we don't understand is now starting to be understood now as we're stepping into things. And I just was like, I just spent all day just been like, I just feel like this is like the word of the Lord. I really need to share it. And so then yesterday we made that video, and then at the same time we're making this video, this girl is saying the same thing. She's sitting in her car prophesying the same thing. And I'm just like, wow, this is a sure thing.
Yeah. And so
that's what you want to bet on.
Yeah,
sure
so basically, that's really what we were have just been sensing with the Lord, is just that there's been a doubling of a lot of things, a lot of just especially pertaining to the promises and pertaining to the covenant that the Lord has been making with his people as individuals, giving the dreams and the promises that he's put upon your heart, the things that you've been contending for. God is like, yes, those covenants that I've made with you, I am telling you, it is a sure thing that I am going to do these things and fulfill them in your life. And so it's just been this whole time, basically since the September 1st, where God's just like, he's just been really confirming it over and over and over again. And I'm like, wow, God is like really serious about this, because he is like, it's one of those truly, truly, I say to you, this is going to happen. This is what I am doing. And to just say like, it is for, yes, this is what I'm doing. There's no like nothing is going to come in the way of that. Nothing is going to change that. I am going to do what I said I'm going to do for my people. And it's like the Lord's like, I want to make that known, and I'm going to keep confirming it. The two and three can both for like the witness and confirmation of something. And it's like, well, Lord, you have definitely been doing that this week.
Well, 2 is a witness or a confirmation. 3 is an establishment. See, because that's the thing with prophetic numbers. It doesn't always mean the same thing all the time. it can mean a different thing, So when God's speaking in 2s and 3s, it's like, man, I'm telling you for sure this is going to happen. And then he speaks it a third time, it's like, it's established.
Yeah.
It's like this, I can't say it any more emphatically. Like, this is going to take place.
Yeah.
We've had things spoken to us now 2 and 3 times. It's just like, wow, Lord, you're serious about this. But this is the thing, you have to receive it by faith.
Yeah.
You have to step into it. You have to believe in it. You have to open your heart to it and say, yes, Lord, may it be done unto me according to your word.
Yeah. And so...
so in light of that...
Yeah, in light of this, like, talking about, like, sometimes the numbers can... What the Lord is trying to show you can be something different than what it used to be.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were seeing 77 a lot. And usually before it's always meant like Matthew 7:7, which is just ask, seek, knock, all of that. But there was just something, even when I was like, well, maybe we're supposed to be asking, like the Lord wants us to continue to ask, and for the promises. But it's like God's like, no, I have you in a different place. I have you in this place where I'm telling you it is for sure going to happen. I'm not saying like, he really wasn't having us, the invitation wasn't to continue to ask and seek and knock. And so I was just like, all right, I got to start.
Like, what does this mean
once again, going over scriptures and looking up to find out, okay, what does the 7:7 mean? And I came across Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 7, and it's really 7 through 9 is what we're going to read.
And see, that's how the Lord will do a lot of times. Like with us with the 6:16. It starts with John 6:16, but that begins a story. It's just like, look at this story. It's when Jesus comes to them walking on the water. I pointed to our oatmeal box that says established 1877. Just as she's, talking about it, I look down. Well, there's another 77 right there. Anyway, because they're probably like, what is he pointing to? Okay, so Deuteronomy chapter 7, Deuteronomy. The Lord did not set his love upon you and choose you because you were more in number than any other people, for you were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loves you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn to your fathers, the Lord has brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Know, recognize, and understand, therefore, that the Lord your God, he is God, the faithful God, who keeps covenant and steadfast love and mercy with those who love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
Yeah, and so I just really love that, because I really felt like the Lord wanted to just make it very clear of just like, why is he doing what he is doing right now? And he's like, it's because I love you. It wasn't because, like, in this passage, he's talking to the Israelites, and it's like, it wasn't because you guys were something great, like you were great in number, and I knew that you would be victorious, and that, all that sort of thing. God's like, no, I chose you because I love you, and I am faithful to keep my word. This word to bring Israel out of bondage, he had given to Abraham.
All right.
Through a basically kind of a...
Yeah, it was in Genesis 15.
Yeah, Genesis 15, and I don't think, it wasn't really a dream, vision, I don't know, he basically went into kind of a...
Oh, it was like an encounter.
It was
kind of like a trance encounter, like what Peter had up on the roof, waiting before he got sent to Cornelius or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so here Abraham, the Lord told him, he's like, this is a sure thing. Your family is going to be in bondage for 400 years, but I'm going to bring them out. And it's like, God's like, I'm keeping my oath, my promise to the Israelites by bringing them out. And it's because I love them, and it's because of who I am. I am a faithful God. I am the one that's going to bring you out. And I was just like, wow, I really loved it, because God's like, I am doing this because I love my people. I am doing this because I've made promises, and I am faithful to the word that I've spoken. And so it just shows you, it's like, wow, Lord, you're doing this because you love us. And again, kind of bringing it back to God just saying, like, I want you to know my heart. I want you to know the reasons behind all of this. It's out of love that I'm doing everything. And then I was also reading Judges chapter 7, verse 7, and that's when Gideon, he's getting ready to go up against the armies, and the Lord was whittling down Gideon's army to only 300 men. And he's like, all right, now
they were like, we've been whittled down to 3,000. We are toast. And God's like, oh, okay, let's cut 10% of that out. 10%? Yes, now I'm going to use 10%.
Yeah.
To win the battle.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And so it's like, here they are again, where the Lord is like, he's like, all right, now take these 300 and I'm going to give deliverance.
The 300.
And it's like, and even in that, it was this unconventional deliverance, because they didn't take swords and weapons. No, they took...
Who has heard of such a thing?
They took pots with torches underneath them and trumpets. And
you mean God asked somebody to do something weird, something unconventional and bizarre, to go up against a very serious issue? Oh no, you better check your Bible. You better check your word on that one. God doesn't normally ask people to do weird things. He asks them to do normal, everyday, mundane stuff. That's how he gets the victory. That's how he delivers the blessing. You know? If there's a baby to be born, he's going to deliver it in a hospital. He ain't going to deliver it in no stable or something. Wait. Wait. Do I need to read the Bible? Maybe I need to read the Bible.
You're funny.
You're like, Devin.
So,
anyway,
back to where we were.
Thank you for my rabbit trail. I needed to rant a little bit there. Because I get tired of it, you know. But anyway, that's not what this video is about.
So,
partly.
So basically, the Lord is just asking them to do something that, was different. And it was just like they go, before they even go up, the armies started, they were terrified, and they start fighting themselves. And it's just like the Lord brings about this great deliverance.
Wait, I'm sorry. I have to do this. I have to do this again. Because how are they terrified? Well, somebody got a dream, right?
Yeah.
They got a dream. What did they get a dream of? They got a dream of a loaf of bread, right? There was a loaf of bread rolling down the hill and knocking out their army.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a dream of some angel coming with a sword and taking them out. That would have been normal and conventional, right? No, it wasn't that. It was a loaf of bread rolling down. Oh, what do you get out of that? Well, I think it's Gideon, and he's coming to kick our butts. It's like, I'm sorry. The whole situation is hilarious, right? How do you get that? How do you get Gideon's coming and the Lord's going to give us into his hands out of a loaf of bread rolling down a hill into your camp? I'm just saying, like, God is way more creative than we give him credit for. And when he's asking us to do a thing, man, and it's the Lord, and you're humbly walking with God, and you're just going, God, what do I do? You are my only source of life. If you don't answer me, there will be no answer. And then he asks you to do something that's bizarre, just do it.
Yeah.
You might as well just do it. Even if you're scared, even if you're like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, but you trust the Lord enough. You got a mustard seed of trust. You do it. You're going to get that Gideon-sized victory.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen in here as well as in the people of God camp. You know what I mean? So I just thought that was funny. God, unconventional God,
Yep. Yeah, and so basically, like, the armies get destroyed, they get the victory.
Yeah.
But here again, it was the idea of, like, the Lord using the small to bring about a great victory. Yeah.
Like the 4 lepers. It's another great example.
And just that God is faithful to his word. He told Gideon, I'm going to deliver them into your hands. And that's exactly what he did. And so I just feel like the Lord is saying, like, I love my people, and I want you guys to know, I am saying this is a sure thing. I am coming to bring the rewards, to bring the fullness of the victory to my people. Because I believe there's been a great victory I know even in our hearts and lives, as far as just constantly like contending for the promises and going after the promises. And God's like, yes, I've established great victory over the enemy, to just be like pushing aside doubt and fear and having that being trained by that. But it's like the Lord's like, no, I'm actually bringing like victory in the fulfillment of promises, the fulfillment of my word in your life, and you're going to see it right before your eyes. And so it was really encouraging to me, and I really just, my heart loved the part where it's just like, God's like, I'm doing this because I love you. And it's just like, yes, and that's really what he wants us to see. He wants to see us to see his love and his compassion for his people and devotion to his people. And it just really bringing out even more of our own devotion towards him because of what he's doing. You know, the idea of just like, we love you because you first loved us. Right.
It's a response, not a duty.
Yeah.
It's and it's interesting because that was when did the Lord say that to us? It was basically the last couple of days of August. He was like, I want you to know my heart.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, it's like that's what he's been sharing with us. And to go along with your Deuteronomy 7:7, you know, like we would see 9:19 all the time, and we would research that and be like, Lord, what are you saying? What are you saying? And we came upon this one. I was like, I think this is what it means. And it was Psalm 91 verse 9. Because you have made the Lord your refuge and the Most High your dwelling place. That's it. It stops right there. That's verse 9. And I felt like the Lord was like, stop there. It's like, that's why I'm doing everything I'm doing. And that was like a year and a half ago. Like, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because you have made me your refuge. And you know, that we're fresh in Nashville disappointment going, this what love feels like? We feel abandoned. We feel rejected. We feel poor, broke, pitiful, naked, wretched, blind. You know, can we get some righteous garments and some salve or something? You know, but it's like the Lord's like, because you have said, God, you're my only source. This is what I'm going to do in your life, and I'm going to honor you, and there will be an end. There's an end game, you know, and going back to the beginning of our journey when, because truthfully, this beginning of our journey that we keep saying, it's just the public version of it. You know, the things that God has put on our hearts, we've been carrying for like 20 years. You know, and it's like, but that aside, this whole new section, which I believe honestly is the end section. We've been going through this last 3 books. But one of the things that the Lord told us in the beginning, like when we, like toward the beginning of, I guess the first several months of 2017, when we were just full of expectation and ideas and the stuff we're still waiting on, what the stuff we're prophesying right now is like, this is what's getting ready to happen. We thought all that was going to happen then. And it was like we had to go through this process called, Lord, what do I need to do to make it happen? Maybe I'm not doing anything. Maybe I should be doing something. What should I do? And God's like, you don't need to do nothing. Just lay on the table. Made a video about it and everything. Just lay down. Lay on the table. I'm going to deliver this thing that I'm doing. And it's for my name's sake. And at the time, I always thought the Lord was like, I kind of took it as like, wow, he's not happy. He's upset. He's just like, oh. But now I think totally different. When God's like, no, I'm doing it for my namesake, meaning I need to hit the reset button on my people's heart so that they can see me for who I really am. Because there's been so much religious tradition and just so much convention, so much this is the way it's done. You know, so much of that God's like, I've got to do something that shake people up to show them that, oh my gosh, you are merciful. Oh wow, you are faithful. Oh wow, you are a promise keeper. Oh wow, you are loving, and this is what it looks like. This is what it feels like. You know, this is what the experience of it is like. You're not just telling us, you're showing us.
Yeah.
You know, and I just felt like the Lord was saying that, like, from the beginning. Like, because I love you, I'm going to show you my love. I'm going to demonstrate. And, of course, he's been demonstrating the whole time.
Yeah.
But it's just there's certain, those things that we've been believing for, it's like, boom, these things are just we're getting ready to see it. And it is going to be the finishing gable stone on everything he's been working in the new wineskins that are the new people of God who are just going to follow and flow by his spirit, like that whole flock of birds thing. You know, he's been training us. He's been training all of us, those who have ears to hear, been training in the body of Christ this way for a long time. And so it's going to be really cool, and he's going to do it because he loves us. You know? So I'm just saying, he's been saying that since the beginning of this new weird journey into the ancient way. But I think that's it, yeah?
Yes, I think
so. Guys, I think that's all we have for you today. I had to give you a little glance because that's what you do. And I just hope you're blessed by that. I can't do it like you do it. Go ahead. Why don't you do it?
You did the beginning. You got to do the ending.
What's the ending? I don't remember the ending.
Well, the patented ending.
I don't know what it is. See, I'm not. You need to disciple me. I'm just a Padawan.
All you do is you just kind of, you know, say, well, I think that's all that we have for you guys today.
Yeah, I said that part.
And then just like pick like one or two, you know, one thing or two things that we just really want to make sure they leave with, like from what we said.
I thought I just did that for like 5 minutes.
Well, you kind of did. So you can just say.
So
well, guys,
you want this to go another 5 minutes?
No, just say.
So you need to do it.
And pray that you are blessed. We're so glad that, you know, I don't know, something. All right, fine. Okay. Well, that's all we have for you guys today, and we do pray that you are blessed.
We figured it out.
And,
she's going to do it.
And that you are greatly encouraged, that God, he really loves you, and just know that this is a sure thing.
It is.
I think if you walk away with anything, it's like God is saying, I am doing this because I love you, and I'm faithful to my word, and this is sure. This is not something that's, you know, going to be moved. That it's like God is like, I am going to establish the words that I've spoken into my people's hearts, and I'm going to fulfill the promises in their life.
And there will be healing in the revealing.
Yes. So we just pray that you guys are blessed. Keep your hearts open toward the Lord, and just be greatly encouraged and excited for what the Lord is getting ready to do. And so until next time, guys, we love you, and we'll see you later.
You are so much better at that than me. See, I would have already been like knee-deep in a rabbit trail right about now. And everyone out there is going, that's true. That's true. I only got half my popcorn. I still need a little bit more time on the video. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
And with that note, see you later. Bye-bye now.